What's going on, everybody? We're back with another edition of the Ad Podcast. I'm here with Ian Maxwell, the CEO of Converge Digital, straight out from Dublin, Ireland, hanging out with us at Cannes. It's evening time. We're getting ready to get after it, get out there and go see Tiesto a little bit later. So thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, no worries. Like me back in the 90s. Except a little bit older.
Oh, let's go. All right, so for those that may not be familiar, we got a big U.S. buying audience, so tell us a little bit about your company and what you guys do, where you sit in the ecosystem.
Thank you, and thanks very much for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Converge, so I'm Ian Maxwell, I'm the CEO of Converge. Converge is an Irish ad tech company.
Okay,
nice. Born and raised.
Let's go.
Trading primarily across European markets.
Okay.
We provide a DSP to agencies, everything from the holdcos through independents. Where we differentiate ourselves, I guess, is in the decisioning and the predictions that we make. It's all AI driven, but it's driven within the infrastructure itself. So instead of relying on, I guess when AI started to really sort of explode a number of years back, and
machine learning before it was called AI and data science.
AI has been around forever. It's just become the thing.
Right. It's consumer facing now, so it's ubiquitous, but it's been around for a long time.
Exactly. And what we looked at from a business perspective was, okay, the whole idea with Converge originally was how do you best align supply and demand?
Yep.
How do you get publishers, agencies, advertisers singing from the same hymn sheet? How do you make sure that the value that a publisher can add, the targeting that the advertiser wants, that those two things are essentially the same thing? And we did that for years by dynamically inserting values on the supply side, partnering with third parties on the demand side. Again, just making sure everybody was talking the same language, because ultimately that's one of the big challenges that we face within the digital and the programmatic ecosystem in particular, is how do you get the DSP and the SSP to talk the same language, or how do you get the buyer and the seller to sync from that same position? So as that AI technology started to I guess explode in its development and the speed of development, we looked at it from our perspective and we asked ourselves, well, what can we do with AI? What does AI mean to Converge? What does AI mean to us? We thought about it as a bolt-on to the UI. Let's try and sort of automate those processes, automate those workflows, but we feel, and we still do today, that at that level where people are operating systems, where people are planning campaigns, where people are briefing platforms like ourselves, where people are involved in the process, is a hugely important role there for people. The nuance
the human
they have,
strategist,
the experience,
the
the strategist,
know when to pull which levers.
All this, that it's very difficult to train a model.
Data cleaning and kind of understand, because if you don't have great data going in, then it's hard to action on. Right?
Absolutely, and all that human knowledge that's been built up over time. That sure, you can fire it into a large language model and see what it's going to spit out at you, but it just doesn't have that context an awful lot of the time. It doesn't have that nuance a lot of the time. It doesn't have the ability to stand in a street in the middle of France, not the middle of France, the south of France,
100%.
and have this conversation. So we looked at AI and we actually said, right, let's bring this down into the infrastructure itself. Let's try and empower people by providing them with effectively better decisions or better predictions.
I love it. So instead of letting the AI do the optimization, it's kind of like you're getting optimizations pushed to you, but there's still a human that's saying, like, these are suggestions, not just a black box running in the background.
Exactly. When a request comes into our system, we want to make the best possible prediction as to what is this request. Who's the consumer? What's the content? What do we think they're going to do next? All these different predictions. That's where we use AI. That's where we train our models to actually make those predictions in real time. It means we don't need to listen to trillions and trillions of requests to make sense of what's going on. We don't need to have an identifier there, whether it's directly from the browser, whether it's a third party or anything else, to be able to make sense of what's going on. We will take any request from any environment, make sense of it, and then let the people who make the decisions make the decision.
Interesting. Very cool. So Cannes is a big week. What are you guys doing to, there's a lot of people on the ad tech side out here trying to get advertiser and brands' attention. So what are you doing to stand out and kind of make the most of your week?
Yeah, so for us, it's actually, this week's slightly different.
Yep.
We're actually coming down looking at, I guess, expanding our supply world and our data world.
You're looking for publishers and data.
Publishers, data.
Interesting.
So we, to refine the models we have to help them make better predictions. Ultimately, AI is next word prediction.
Yep.
You ask it to fix your grammar in an email. I don't know. You might have perfect grammar, and
Hey,
apologies if
well,
I'm
look,
throwing anything at you.
Google's making suggestions for me all the time.
You and me both. That's all AI is.
Yep.
We can jazz it up. We can slap it on the side of a boat. We can put the biggest billboards up. But ultimately, AI is just making a prediction for us.
Yep.
We're training models, and we're trying to find better data, more advanced data to try and help feed into these models to get better predictions. Because again, we're trying to empower those people who are actually making decisions with the best possible. Like we know in whether it's DSPs, SSPs, syncing, whether it's agencies, there is a percentage there that doesn't work.
Yep.
And we've known that forever in the advertising game. We know even now when we train our models, and again, whether you're using it to write emails or anything else, there's always going to be a gap there. There's always going to be an inaccuracy. There's always going to be something. There's hallucinations going to happen. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get as close as possible to 100% accuracy. We know we won't get there, but we're very upfront with people talking about how close we can get and where we can get to today versus where we think we might be able to get to in 12 months' time. And events like this, we meet great people. Met a whole bunch of them today in terms of guys and girls who might have that data, or who might have that supply that can help to enrich our world. And then that trade-off happens. That original idea of Converge, which was we want to align supply and demand. You help us make that prediction better. We know agencies and advertisers want better predictions. We get you more demand. So there's a win-win-win there. It's the old eBay, everybody wants to win.
I love it. That's exciting. So did you go into the market or into Cannes this week with the idea of are there certain types of data sets that you're seeking after? What do you think would be an interesting type of data signal that is new, innovative, that might be able to train better models, do you think?
So anything around location and action around locations is really interesting, whether that's point of sale or actions that have been done on mobile
POS,
devices,
mobile,
all that stuff. So
even my computer asked me where, if I do I want to change my calendar because I'm in Europe, or do I want to give it access? Do I want to give Google browser access to turn on my location so I get results that are custom to where I am at that particular moment?
Absolutely. So that's definitely a big one we have our eye on, to try and again to augment and to enhance some of the first party, third party, online, offline, panel survey research, and some census stuff in there. All trying to enhance those models all the time. So myself and got three colleagues down here from the team, dividing and conquering.
So on the supply side or publishers, there's obviously a lot of folks who are, want to get their SDKs in on a publisher. There's a lot of ad bloat because there's so many partners in the ecosystem. What's a use case when you come to a publisher? What do you tell them on why they should unlock, supply that could go to you instead of other partners? What is the compelling use case and use story that you're trying to inform these publishers about, getting you guys hooked into their pipes?
It's pretty simple. So we started life integrating directly with publishers. Something as simple as tags in the ad server via pre-bid, whatever worked for the publisher worked for us. But as we've expanded, as we've grown, it's SSPs, it's exchanges, it's wrapper companies, it's resellers, it's whoever really.
Yeah. So anybody that has supply side tags, essentially.
If you have good inventory, we want to make sense of that inventory. Now, I'm not going to walk into the New York Times and say, hey, look at this guy. Trust me, that ain't going to work. But what we can do is we can buy through intermediaries, through third parties, and we can actually demonstrate we were able to make more sense of your inventory here, which led to this person buying more.
Now let's see if we can look at monetization.
Now let's see if we can look at closer relationships, because the closer we can get to the source, the better those predictions become again. It's kind of, again, it's that give and take, which
it's incrementality.
Firmly believe that's what it should be about.
Yeah, that's awesome. So anything you up to this week that you're looking forward to from a thought leadership perspective, or any conversation standing out where you're like, okay, I can see where the wind is blowing, I'm going to bring these ideas back to the teams and maybe have some conversations about what you're learning here this week?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think what's actually been quite interesting to see is that 2 years ago, all anyone wanted to talk about was AI, with very little substance to back it up.
Not a lot of tactical brass tacks of how's it going to be implemented. It was a lot of they were chasing kind of the buzz of it, but not really understanding real world use cases.
It was cliches and dad jokes, and not a whole lot. 2/3 of Ian is AI. There you go. You can write that down.
I like it.
So that's what it was 2 years ago. Last year, there was a little bit more substance to it. It was still quite surface level. It was bolt-on chatbots and interfaces. This year, while AI obviously it's everywhere.
Yep.
It's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's not there as sort of been rammed down your, or certainly in my experience of the last few days, it hasn't been sort of driven down.
It's kind of in the background, but it's not the focal point anymore.
It's almost like
it's back to like, how do we be creative in using this as a tool versus this is a panacea that's going to unlock all of our and make create marketing nirvana without having to do any work anymore.
We've all, ourselves included, we've all sort of pushed forward with answering that question: what is AI to us, or what is AI to our organizations? Now that we've kind of defined that and we've plowed forward for right or wrong, we'll find out in a year or two's time who the winners and losers are.
You make predictions and you do the best you can.
Exactly. You make the best bets with the information you have, and touch wood, we've been on a great growth path over the last few years and grown into more markets all the time. So long may that continue. But there's still going to be winners and losers, like there always has been. But we're kind of beyond that, as you say, post-hype phase, where the creativity pieces come back into it, and it's more, it's less about, okay, how are we, or AI, and it's more about what are the economics of this, what are the realities of this, and if this is the new norm, everything that spawns around it now, how are we going to start to begin to enhance that? So the race never stops.
I love it. Well, Ian, thanks for coming on and chatting with the audience for a little bit. So if folks at home want to follow along with your thinking or connect, where would you like to send them?
I guess we are www.converge-digital.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn, Ian Maxwell. And thanks very much for having me, Dylan.
Thanks for spending some time.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
On YouTube, finding the right audience to build a media plan requires hours of research. And optimizing campaigns is time-consuming and a bit of a guessing game. That's why we built technology to do it for you. Strike Social.